Leaked footage Shedeur Sanders arguing with Kevin Stefanski after Ravens' performance goes viral. On a quiet Monday morning, when teams across the league were breaking down film and resetting for the week ahead, a 10-second locker room clip detonated across the internet like a bomb. The footage, grainy, handheld, recorded with the kind of jittery intensity that always makes things feel more real, captured what appeared to be rookie quarterback Shedeur Sanders in a heated exchange with Cleveland Browns head coach Kevin Stefanski following Cleveland's emotional, bruising game against the Baltimore Ravens. Within minutes, the clip had 10 million views. Within an hour, it had spread to every sports network, talk show, and NFL-themed podcast across the country. By noon, ESPN anchors were dissecting body language, sideline etiquette, and leadership dynamics as if they were reviewing game film themselves. It wasn't just another sideline dust-up. It became a referendum on Cleveland's quarterback future, Stefanski's authority, and Shedeur Sanders' rise as one of the most electric and polarizing rookies the league has seen in a decade. This is the inside story. 1. The Ravens game, a tough night for a tough rookie. Shedeur Sanders entered the Ravens matchup with momentum. Cleveland had been inconsistent, but the rookie quarterback showed flashes of something rare: elite pocket timing, fearlessness under pressure, and a swagger that reminded some scouts of prime Russell Wilson and others of young Cam Newton. But the Ravens' defense doesn't care about hype. Their defensive coordinator sent wave after wave of pressure, contained edges, disguised safety blitzes, and delayed linebacker attacks engineered specifically to collapse Cleveland's developing offensive line. Shedeur was hit, hurried, pushed, twisted, and dragged to the ground. He kept getting up. But by the fourth quarter, he had taken 10 QB hits, for sacks, and more pressure snaps than any Browns quarterback had seen all season. Cleveland's offense sputtered. Receivers dropped passes. Protection broke down repeatedly. The frustration was visible even on the broadcast. But what the cameras didn't show was what happened when the team walked off the field and disappeared behind the doors of the home locker room. 2. What the viral video actually showed. The leaked footage, shaky and incomplete, captured a moment that should never have been public. Shedeur, still half-dressed in his uniform, his pads removed but compression sleeves on, was visibly upset. Facing him was Kevin Stefanski, calm but stern. The audio was choppy, but a few phrases were unmistakable. Shedeur: "How am I supposed to run the offense if I don't have time?" Stefanski: "Stick to the reads. We'll clean the rest up in the film session." Shedeur took a step forward, pointing back toward the field tunnel. Shedeur: "Coach, that's not on me. You see what's happening out there." Other players sat silently, some watching, some pretending not to. A few tried to interject, but the exchange escalated. The clip cut off right as Stefanski responded with, "We'll talk about this when you cool off." And just like that, the clip ended. It was enough to ignite a firestorm. 3. Reaction around the league: praise, criticism, and shockwaves. The supporters, many former quarterbacks, instantly defended Shedeur. Ryan Clark said on ESPN, "This kid isn't afraid to lead. He's not a puppet. He knows the offense broke down." Robert Griffin III added, "Shedeur's frustration is legitimate. I've lived that life behind a collapsing pocket." Even some current players quietly messaged media members saying the rookie was simply being real. The critics, but others weren't as forgiving. Rex Ryan, who has taken shots at Shedeur since preseason, seized the moment. "This is exactly what I warned about. He wants the spotlight, but he doesn't want accountability." His comment ignited its own storm. Fans accused him of having a personal agenda. Players clapped back on social media defending Shedeur's competitiveness. The team, multiple players anonymously told various reporters the moment was overblown, and normal. One veteran said, "People argue after tough games, but that kid, he wants to win more than anyone." 4. Stefanski's position. A coach under pressure. Kevin Stefanski is not just coaching for wins, he is coaching for his job. The Browns' ownership believes they have a playoff-caliber roster. The team has invested heavily in defense. They need a stable QB coach dynamic. So the last thing Stefanski needed was a viral image suggesting he had lost grip of the locker room or the trust of his new franchise quarterback. Sources inside the building described the coach's reaction as frustrated, but not angry. He expected adversity. He expected growing pains. But he did not expect the entire football world to diagnose Cleveland's internal chemistry through a 10-second leak. By Monday evening, Stefanski told the media, "Shedeur and I are good. He's competitive. I love that. We move forward." It was the calm, steady answer of a coach fighting to prevent a fire from spreading. 5. Deion Sanders' shadow over the situation. Fair or unfair, whenever Shedeur Sanders is involved, the conversation always circles back to one figure, Coach Prime. Deion Sanders did not address the viral video publicly, but insiders report he was aware of it, and not happy that the moment was leaked. A former Colorado staffer said, "Prime raised his boys to speak up when something isn't right. He's not going to tell Shedeur to sit down and be quiet." But Deion also understands the NFL is not college football. Some within the league believe he may urge his son privately to handle conflicts more strategically. Because in professional football, optics matter as much as accuracy. 6. Inside the Browns facility, what really happened next? Multiple sources confirmed that the morning after the video leaked, Stefanski and Shedeur met for 25 minutes behind closed doors. No shouting, no tension, just two people aligned toward fixing an offense that was broken the night before. One staff member described the meeting as clear, honest, productive. Another added, "This wasn't drama, this was football." Shedeur reportedly apologized, not for the emotions, but for allowing the situation to become public. Stefanski also acknowledged the offensive failures and vowed to improve protection schemes. The team moved on, but the internet didn't. 7. Shedeur Sanders, the competitor, the critic, the future. Shedeur isn't just talented. He is intense. One teammate said, "He doesn't want to be good. He wants to be great today." Another added, "He's still young, but his expectations are sky high. That's what you want in your QB." But this intensity comes with challenges. He hates losing. He hates being hit. And he hates when his teammates let him down. In other words, he is exactly like the elite quarterbacks he grew up studying. That's why some analysts argue the viral video actually helps his reputation. Because the NFL rewards quarterbacks who demand more from themselves and their coaches. 8. The fan reaction. Chaos, divide, and fire. Cleveland fans exploded online. Team Shedeur fans, they believe the rookie is the future. They blame the coaching staff and protection schemes. Loyal Stefanski supporters, they say Shedeur must respect the head coach. They don't want another QB versus coach saga in Cleveland. NFL fans in general, they just love drama. The clip became meme material. Jokes, edits, remixes, and reaction videos flooded TikTok. One post got 20 million views simply captioned, "Browns fans every season." 9. ESPN style analysis. What does this mean for Cleveland? Leadership is emerging. You don't argue with your coach if you don't care. You don't demand more unless you believe the team is capable of more. B. Stefanski must adjust the system. The Ravens exposed holes in protection, blocking assignments, and route timing. C. Shedeur must manage his emotions. Toughness and maturity are part of being a franchise quarterback. D. The locker room is watching. When a QB speaks up, players notice. Shedeur's authenticity might actually unite the team. 10. Final take. A moment that will define the Browns season. In 10 seconds of leaked footage, the NFL world saw a frustrated rookie, a coach under pressure, a team struggling, and a fan base ready to explode. But beneath the chaos is something more important: growth. This moment, raw, imperfect, unfiltered, may ultimately forge a stronger bond between Shedeur Sanders and Kevin Stefanski. Because sometimes the most important team meetings aren't on the field. They're in the locker room, when emotions run hot, voices rise, and things get real. And if Shedeur Sanders becomes the superstar many believe he will, fans may one day look back at this viral argument not as a scandal, but as the moment Cleveland's future finally began.